Welcome to NFL Talk. We're talking about Jordan Love's performance as the starting quarterback for the Green Bay Packers.
Yeah, it's been a fascinating transition for him going from Aaron Rodgers back up to the starting role.
Yeah, remember that playoff win against the Dallas Cowboys back in 2023?
Absolutely.
That really got everyone excited.
It did. It set high expectations for him coming into the season.
But this season has been a different story, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has. Yes, the high interception rate is concerning, especially considering the Packers are still winning games.
It's almost a paradox. He's making these big mistakes, but the team is 7-3 right now and a contender in the NFC.
It really is a testament to their overall talent. The defense and running game are strong, but you have to wonder if they can maintain this with Love's turnovers.
Yeah, he's thrown 11 interceptions in 8 games this season, which follows a trend from last year when he also had a high number of picks.
10 interceptions in his first 9 games as a starter last season. Yeah, it raises questions about his decision-making and ability to protect the ball.
Some might compare this to Peyton Manning's rookie season when he also threw a lot of interceptions. But the game has changed so much since then.
Oh, absolutely. Offenses are more complex, defenses are faster, and quarterbacks are expected to be more efficient with the ball.
Love isn't a rookie anymore either. He's had time to learn and adjust to the speed of the NFL.
Right, and that's what makes it so puzzling. He clearly has the talent to make big plays, but those are overshadowed by the costly mistakes.
Is it a matter of him forcing throws? Or is there something else going on?
Well, it could be a combination of factors. Maybe he's pressing too much to live up to the expectations. Maybe there's a lack of chemistry with his receivers.
Whatever the reason. Something the Packers need to figure out if they want to make a deep playoff run.
For sure. The margin for error is slim in the playoffs, and turnovers can be the difference between winning and losing.
Do you think this inconsistency is a sign of things to come? Or is there reason to believe he can turn it around?
It's hard to say for sure. But he's shown flashes of brilliance. The arm talent is there, the ability to extend plays. He just needs to find that consistency.
The Packers are in a win-now mode.
Yeah.
They're not rebuilding. So the pressure is on Love to perform.
Yeah. The next few games will be crucial. They face some tough opponents, and we'll see if he can elevate his game and lead them to victory.
It's a pivotal moment in his young career.
Mm-hmm.
Can he overcome these challenges and become the franchise quarterback the Packers envisioned?
We'll have to wait and see, but one thing is certain. This situation is fascinating to watch unfold.
Expert speaker.
It's interesting to consider the impact of that playoff win against the Cowboys last year.
Yeah. Could it be contributing to the pressure Love is feeling now?
Yeah, possibly. That kind of success can create a lot of pressure to perform at a consistently high level.
Right, especially when you're following in the footsteps of a legend like Aaron Rodgers.
The comparisons are inevitable. But it's important to remember that Love is his own player with his own strengths and weaknesses.
We've talked about the interceptions, but let's dig deeper into what's happening on those plays.
Okay. Well, looking at the film, some patterns emerge. There are times when he's trying to force the ball into tight coverage.
So is that a sign of poor decision-making, or is it a lack of trust in his receivers?
It's a bit of both. There are instances where he could have made a safer throw, but there are also times when his receivers haven't been open.
So it's not just about him throwing interceptions, it's about the entire offensive unit executing effectively.
Exactly. The passing game is a collaborative effort, and sometimes the blame can be shared.
The Packers have a lot of talent on offense, but they haven't always been on the same page.
That's true. There have been dropped passes, miscommunications on routes, and moments of hesitation.
And that can be especially problematic for a young quarterback like Love who's still developing his timing and chemistry.
Absolutely. He needs to feel confident in his receivers, and they need to feel confident in him.
The Packers are in a tough spot. They need to win games now, but they also need to allow Love to grow and develop.
Yeah, it's a delicate balance, but one that they have to navigate effectively if they want to be successful.
They invested a lot in Love. They traded up to draft him, and they sat him behind Rodgers for several years.
They did. They clearly believe in his potential. But now it's time for him to show what he can do.
The pressure is mounting, the fans are getting impatient, and the media is scrutinizing every move he makes.
Right. This is where mental toughness comes into play. He needs to block out the noise and focus on improving his game.
He's shown flashes of brilliance. He has the arm talent, the mobility, and the ability to extend plays.
He does. Now he needs to put it all together and become a more consistent quarterback.
The Packers' fate hinges on his development. If he can make the necessary adjustments, they could be a legitimate Super Bowl contender.
But if he continues to struggle with turnovers and inconsistencies, their season could quickly unravel.
It's a crucial point in his career, and the next few games will be telling.
You know, the Packers' success this season hinges on whether Jordan Love can develop the consistency needed to be a reliable starting quarterback.
Well, there's a lot of pressure on him to live up to expectations, especially given the Packers' history of successful quarterbacks.
Right, the shadow of Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers is a long one, and it's understandable that fans are eager to see Love reach those same heights.
But it's important to remember that every quarterback has their own journey, and Love's development will take time and patience.
Yeah, he has the physical tools to be successful, but the mental aspect of the game is just as important, perhaps even more so.
That's where experience comes into play. And the only way for Love to gain that experience is to play through the ups and downs.
Exactly. The Packers have a strong supporting cast around him, a solid defense, a reliable running game, and a talented group of receivers.
And that should help ease the burden on Love's shoulders. But ultimately, the responsibility of leading the offense falls on him.
It does. He needs to make quick decisions, read defenses accurately, and deliver the ball with precision and confidence.
The margin for error is slim in the NFL, especially in the NFC North, where the competition is fierce.
Yeah, the Vikings, the Bears, and the Lions are all vying for playoff spots, and every game is a battle.
So Love needs to rise to the occasion and prove that he can be the quarterback the Packers need him to be.
The next few weeks will be crucial for Love's development and the Packers' playoff hopes.
If he can reduce his turnovers, make smarter decisions, and build chemistry with his receivers, the Packers have a real chance to make a deep playoff run.
But if he continues to struggle with inconsistency, their season could end in disappointment.
The NFL is a league of parity, and anything can happen on any given Sunday.
You're right. We'll be watching closely to see how Jordan Love responds to the challenge and how the Packers season unfolds.
Goodbye, and see you in the next video.